Hello again, I'm back going over lesson 12.3. So in your Go Math packet, please find 12.3. This will be pages 709. I'll probably do 710 also. It also says at the top, identify polygons. So if you look at the essential question, it says, how can you use line segments and angles to make polygons? So that is going to be our learning target, okay? So let me just write that, and I'm going to change it to our learning target, okay? So we're going to change it and say, I can use line segments and angles to make polygons, because we've already learned about line segments and we've already learned about angles. So we're going to use those two things to make polygons. So that is our new learning target. I can use line segments and angles to make polygons. Okay, my friends, so let's connect. Here underneath that essential question, it says, in earlier lessons, you learned about line segments and angles. In this lesson, you will see how line segments and angles make polygons. Then it goes on to tell you, a polygon is a closed shape that is made up of line segments that meet only at their endpoints. Each line segment in a polygon is a side. Now, this is the same thing I just showed you in my poster that I made. So now let's go through this page, 709, and answer these questions. So we know now that a polygon has to be closed. It has line segments that meet at endpoints, which means there has to be sides on a polygon in order for it to be a polygon. Now, over here on the right, it says math idea. Let's just read this. All polygons are closed shapes. Not all closed shapes are polygons. Now, the reason for that is because if it doesn't have any straight sides, even if it's closed, it's not a polygon. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Unlock the problem. It says circle all the words that describe the shape. So now we're looking at the first shape in letter A. It's a circle. Is it a plane shape? Is it flat? Yes. So you should circle. Is it open? No. So we're not going to circle. Is it closed? Yes, it is closed. Does it have curved paths? Yes, it does. Circle. Does it have line segments? No. So is it a polygon? No. So that's exactly what they were talking about when they said up here about the math idea. All polygons are closed shapes, but not all closed shapes are polygons. So a circle's not a polygon, boys and girls, because it doesn't have any line segments. Okay? Letter B. Let's move on. Is this a plane shape? Yes, it's something that was drawn and it's flat. It was drawn on this piece of paper. Is it open? Yes. Is it closed? No. Does it have curved paths? Yes. Does it have line segments? No. So is it a polygon? No. All right, now let's go on to letter C. That is a pentagon with five sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it a plane shape? Yes, it is. It's flat. Is it open? No. Is it closed? Yes. Does it have curved paths? No. Does it have line segments? Yes. Is it a polygon? Yes, it is. So do you see how letter C is different from letter A? There are line segments in letter C, so it's a polygon. There are no line segments in a circle, so that's why it's not a polygon, even though it's closed. All right, now let's go to letter D. Is this a plane shape? Yes, it is. It's flat. Is it open? No. Is it closed? Yes. Does it have curved paths? Yes. Does it have line segments? Yes, it has both. So is it a polygon? No, because it has some curves in it. In order for it to be a polygon, it only can have line segments. Because it does have some curves to it, we can't say it's a polygon. Okay? Now it says try this. Let's go to the bottom. And it says fill in the blanks with sometimes, always, or never. Polygons are blank plane shapes. Are they sometimes, always, or never plane shapes? Always. So please write that on the line. Polygons are blanked closed shapes. Always have to be closed. Polygons are blank open shapes. Never. Polygons cannot be open. So you should be writing never. Plane shapes are blank polygons. Sometimes plane shapes are polygons. Sometimes. Okay, and that kind of goes back to the example I said for letter C, as far as they do have line segments, so it is considered a polygon. And then for this one, for shape D, it's not a polygon because it has both. Can't have both. Now look at the math talk. It says reason abstractly. So they're asking you to think about this in your head. It says, why are not all closed shapes polygons? You figure all closed shapes would be polygons, but they're not, because we already talked about that with the circle. The circle's closed, but it's not a polygon. So why is it that all closed shapes cannot be polygons? Well, some closed shapes have curved paths, like this circle, all right? And some shapes have curved paths and line segments, like this shape. You can't have both, and in this shape, you can't have curved. So that's why they're not polygons. Okay, let's move on. And now we're going to page 710. So just turn the page, and at the top it says name polygons, okay? So what do the directions say? It says polygons are named by the number of sides and angles they have. So it goes on to say some traffic signs are in the shape of polygons. A stop sign is in the shape of which polygon? So here is the stop sign. You see angles, you see sides. What shape is this polygon in? Well, obviously, we talked about this, and I think I showed you this in one of the books that I read. I think it was when a line ends, a shape begins. This is an 8-sided figure. It's a octagon because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 sides. It's an octagon. All right, so now let's do the directions for this top of the page. It says count the number of sides and angles. So this one's been done for you. These are all triangles. You have 3 sides, 3 angles. Look at the next one, quadrilateral. They tell you right at the top. Quadrilateral means it has 4 sides, and it also should have 4 angles. Please write that on the line. And here are some examples of some quadrilaterals. They all have 4 sides. They all have 4 angles. Remember, I told you that we would start talking about different names of different shapes. So that's what we're doing now. The next one is a pentagon. If it has 5 angles, it also has 5 sides. And here are some different pentagons that have 5 sides and 5 angles. Here's another shape name, hexagon. I think I've spoken about hexagon before. Obviously, I've spoken about triangles too. So if a hexagon has 6 angles, it also has 6 sides. Please write 6 there. The next one, octagon. I just talked about that. Here's the stop sign that's at the top of the page. If it has 8 sides, it also has 8 angles. And then this last one, you probably haven't heard before. It's called a decagon. Decagon. A decagon has 10 angles, so it also has 10 sides. And here are some pictures of some different decagons. You'd have to count each line or each side. There's 10 altogether. All right, look at the question. It says, how many sides does the stop sign have? We already talked about that. 8. How many angles? 8. So a stop sign is the shape of a octagon. So please write that. Now let's look at the math talk. It says generalize. It says compare the number of sides and angles. What is a true statement about all polygons? Well, something that we know about all polygons is the number of sides a polygon has is the same as the number of angles, because we wrote that in every single one. 3 sides, 3 angles for a triangle. 4 sides, 4 angles for a quadrilateral. 5 sides, 5 angles for a pentagon. 6 sides, 6 angles for a hexagon. 8 sides, 8 angles for a octagon. 10 sides, 10 angles for a decagon. So what do we know about all polygons? You have the same number of angles and sides. Okay, now let's go to the bottom. It says the shape at the right is a polygon. Circle all the words that describe the shape. So here is your shape. It's 4-sided. And we have to circle all the information that is true about this shape. So let's see if we can figure these out. Is it, sorry guys, is it plane? Yeah, it's a plain flat figure, so you should be circling. Does it have curves? No. Is it open? Well, if I go back and look at it, no, we don't circle. Does it have line segments? Yes. Please circle. Is it closed? Yes. Is it a hexagon? Well, if I go back up here to the top, a hexagon has 6 sides. If I go back and look at this, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. It's definitely not a hexagon, so I'm not going to circle that. Is it a pentagon? Well, if I go back up to the top, a pentagon has 5 sides. This shape does not have 5. Is it a quadrilateral? This one. Well, if I go back up to the paper, yes, a quadrilateral, has 4 sides and 4 angles, and so does this shape. So I should be circling it. It is definitely a quadrilateral, okay? Now, I think I'm going to go to the next page too. So this one's kind of easy. Please look at page 711. Again, it should say chapter 12, lesson 3, because now we're doing 12.3. All right, it says, is the shape a polygon, right? Yes or no? Well, they're not all connected. So our answer should be no. Number 3, yes. All the lines and sides are connected, so it is a polygon. There's no openings. Number 4, your answer should be no, because I see openings. Now let's go to 5, 6, and 7. It says, write the number of sides and the number of angles, then name the polygon. Well, we know it's got 3 sides, 3 angles. We know this is a triangle. Number 6, how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 sides, 6 angles. Now again, you could flip back to the other page, but this is a hexagon. That was on the other page. Number 7, count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides, 5 angles. This also was on the other page. This is a pentagon. All right. Moving on, it says on your own. Is the shape a polygon, right? Yes or no? Is this a polygon? No. Polygons cannot have curves. Number 9, is this a polygon? No, because it's open. Number 10, is this a polygon? Yes, it has sides, it has line segments in it, it's closed, it's a polygon. All right, moving on. Number 11, the directions say write the number of sides and the number of angles, then name. So we're doing it again, okay? So when you look at number 11, it has 4 sides, 4 angles. It's a quadrilateral. You can't say it's a square because a square, all the sides are the same length, but all 4-sided figures are called quadrilaterals. All right, number 12, count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was up at the top. That's a pentagon. 5 sides, 5 angles. 5 sides, 5 angles. Please write pentagon. This is just to get you to practice so you know the names of these shapes. Number 13, count the sides and count the angles. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. What 10-sided figure did we learn on the other paper, on the other page? A decagon. So 10 sides, 10 angles. We are calling this a decagon. Okay, my friends, I'm not doing any more. I will do the other page tomorrow. So this is the new lesson. Again, this was our learning target. I can use line segments and angles to make polygons. And now we learned the name of some different polygons: pentagon, hexagon, triangle, quadrilateral, decagon. So those are some of the different shapes that we will talk about a little bit more throughout this chapter 12. Thanks for watching. Bye.